It wouldn't be a surprise to say shoes are my favorite thing to talk about. That said, when you wear shoes, there are a number of other items that come into play, and we're going to focus on the socks. The high-quality dress socks and the essential socks that every one of us need to own. I want to take a second first and thank today's video sponsor, Boardroom Socks. This is my first sponsored video. More on that to come later in the video, but this video wouldn't be possible without the support of Boardroom Socks, so thank you. When I think about the essential socks that we all need to own, I think about four main categories. You have your classic formal dress socks. You have your casual and business casual, depending on your workplace. Your summer or lighter weight socks, even your no-show socks. And then maybe the most exciting for a lot of us are the knit fall winter boot sock. It happens to be perfect timing as Boardroom Socks just released their newest range of socks, the Fair Isle boot sock. But let me press pause on that, and I'll dive more into that once we get into that category. After that, I'm also going to kind of break down from the color spectrum. Basically, like depending on the color palette of your outfit or your trousers, different color options are going to be best suited for that, at least in my opinion. I don't claim to be the most well-regarded fashion or style expert in the world, but I have a lot of shoes, and when I wear those, I have to wear a shirt, pants, and socks. And I think I've gotten pretty good at putting those combinations together. That said, let's jump into the first of the four categories, the classic formal socks. When we talk about classic formal socks, think solid colors, very subtle, very understated. So this is usually like a ribbed over-the-calf dress sock or a smooth over-the-calf dress sock. You can obviously do a mid-calf, and I'll get into those differences maybe a little bit later on. The colors that you're going to think about in this category are going to be very understated. So black socks, charcoal, gray, navy, even a burgundy, depending on the color palette of like the rest of your outfit. When we talk about casual socks, this is basically an extension of those classic socks, but it gives you the opportunity to get a little more creative, start to play with some different patterns, different styles, as well as introduce a little bit more color into the socks. When we talk about patterns, think about a very minimal contrast like polka dot, a striped sock, a houndstooth, a herringbone, window pane. All of these different patterns can begin to get introduced, and it's still going to be rather understated as long as you minimize the amount of contrast in the colors that you choose. When we talk about colors in this category, you can start to introduce a little bit more bright colors. Something like a green, a sky blue, depending on the outfit and the occasion. Ultimately, the goal here is you can get a little more playful, but you still don't want the socks to be the main attraction or garner everyone's, focus instead of allowing them to focus on the overall outfit or focus on making eye contact with you as you're interacting with everyone. The summer socks are going to be a little bit different than what we've talked about to date. The main focus with a sock that you want to wear in the warmer months is it has to be breathable, it has to be comfortable, and you have to be able to wear it in the warmer months without suffocating your own feet. Colors like sky blue, pink, peach, yellow, even like a natural or like an off-white cream colored sock can definitely be acceptable in this circumstance. I know there's a huge kind of split or divide in the community. Some probably are like no-show socks, and others are like, that's critical. You need those from a hygiene perspective when you're wearing your leather dress shoes or just a casual like boat shoe or slip-on loafer. I'm not going to get into the merits of that argument, but overall, like the no-show sock is a critical sock for the summer months. The most exciting section of the essential socks for many of us is going to be the fall winter boot collection of socks. This video in particular coincides with the release of their newest collection, which is a boot sock called the Fair Isle collection of socks. This is a custom blended knit sock, comes in 4 different colors. My favorite is the olive and the gray. When we talk about the specifics here, a winter boot sock is definitely a much thicker sock than a normal dress sock. This has a lot more texture introduced into the thread, and it's really intended to make sure that your foot is comfortable, dry, and warm throughout the day. The pattern, the colors, the overall aesthetic is definitely a secondary aspect. That said, because of these additional textures and heavier weighted, materials that go into the socks, you do get a much more interesting pattern, colors, and something that you're not going to get in a regular dress sock. So many enjoy the process of picking those out and being able to style them, even though no one else is going to see them except for yourself. When building a sock collection, it's very important to make sure that you think about the colors that you're going to be wearing, what colors you enjoy to wear, whether that changes throughout the year or it's pretty consistent, because as you fill in those different categories of the essential socks, you have to make sure that the colors that you choose are going to pair well with the colors that you wear. Before I get into the colors, let's talk about today's video sponsor, Boardroom Socks. Without their support, this video wouldn't have been possible, so really appreciate that and thank you. Boardroom Socks was born to solve a problem of not being able to find an American-made, high-quality, over-the-calf dress sock. Now, in full disclosure, I have a working relationship with Boardroom Socks where I do their product photography and most recently their social media content creation. That's separate from this video and this sponsorship, but I wanted to disclose that because that gives me 4 years of hands-on experience with the socks as well as with the family that owns Boardroom Socks. So I definitely have a wealth of experiences to speak to. They offer a variety of colors, patterns, classics, as well as some more fun styles. They offer both wool and cotton dress socks, mid-calf and over-the-calf dress socks that are comfortable, breathable, and possibly most important, they stay up throughout the entire day. If you're anything like me, when your dress socks fall down, it's both very frustrating because it just looks very bad, but also there's just nothing more annoying during the workday than having to constantly pull your dress socks back up. And no matter how many times you do it, if they fall down, they're going to continue to fall down. That's one of the things that I love most about Boardroom Socks is whether it's the mid-calf or the over-the-calf, they're going to stay up throughout the day. If you're interested in just like perusing the different collections that they have, or you're actually looking to pick up some specific socks for your sock collection, I would greatly appreciate if you support this channel by using the affiliate link in the description. I do get a small portion of any purchases that are made, but overall, I just really honestly recommend Boardroom Socks. I think you'll be incredibly happy with the actual product as well as the overall customer experience. The first color I'll touch on is a navy trouser or a navy suit. The colors are really endless here, but if I just had to highlight a few, I would say blue socks. So that whether that's a sky blue or, anything up to a very dark navy sock. You can also play around with the patterns here, whether that's like a window pane, a herringbone, a houndstooth, or a polka dot. Any of those kind of variations on the pattern with a blue or a navy base for the sock is going to work very well with navy trousers and navy suits. You can also go with charcoal, the mid-grays, the burgundies. Burgundy and navy is always a winning combination. Now, if we talk about gray trousers, and this will expand to a darker charcoal trouser, even a black trouser. Navy socks, black socks, charcoal. You can really expand that color gamut as much as you're comfortable. The key is that you don't want the sock to clash with any of the other colors. So if you're going to introduce a bright blue, I probably wouldn't. When it comes to the earth tones, the colors that I'm thinking here are the khakis, the olives, even a forest green. One of my favorite colors, and it works very well, is a natural wool sock. In a much more casual setting, you'd be surprised how much you would enjoy wearing this, as it is a very unique look, but it doesn't make you stand out. You can definitely tell that the decisions and the choices that you make when it comes to the colors of socks is very subjective. You don't want to, be overly bold in those color choices, depending on how, traditional or formal of a setting that you're in. One key piece of feedback that, I would share and have shared with Boardroom Socks, I would love to have a broader variety of patterns, styles, and colors. Something a little more, like houndstooth, herringbone, something that's a little bit different than the core and classic styles. And I think something that's very encouraging is some of the recent styles they've come out with. They're already moving in the same direction that I would want them to, and I'm really excited about the prospects of what's to come. If you made it this far to the video, I, of course, always Greatly appreciate that. Leave a comment in this video about your favorite sock and favorite sock color. That's how I'll know you got this far into the video, and I'll make sure to get back to your comment before any others. If you're interested in picking up some new socks, definitely check out the affiliate link in the description. You can check out the new Fair Isle collection for the boot socks, or just, peruse the classics and some of the core Boardroom sock styles and colors. I think you'll really enjoy them and would greatly appreciate it if you use the affiliate link when you went to check those out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see some more videos about the peripherals of wearing shoes like denim, check out this playlist right here. And if you're just looking for kind of the normal discourse and conversational style videos, here's the podcast, the Shell Cordovan podcast. Thanks. I'll see you guys soon.